Yeah, Luke, where are we at with injuries and availability? I even saw Robert Woodard out here working out before the game.
Yeah, Harrison's going to be out again. Um, Marvin is questionable, but most likely will not play tonight. Uh, let's see. Robert will not play tonight. We will start as long as Marvin stays out. We'll start Mezzi at the 4, and Buddy was limping around when I saw him earlier today, but he tells me he's going to get out there and play again. So he's working with the trainers right now. I think he's listed as probable, but knowing Buddy, I would expect him to play.
Sean Cunningham.
What was with Bagley?
Yeah, he just some soft tissue tightness in the right leg, and it's it was bothering him. You could see it's why he didn't go in the game last the fourth quarter last game, and well, again, he's getting worked on, so there's a chance, but to play it safe, most likely we'll hold him out tonight.
Katie Hunter.
Luke, I wanted to know from your perspective what it is about this group, the last 6 games, that has allowed you to be so good defensively.
Yeah, I think a big part of it is it starts with, I think, DeLon and Mo, as far as their length and versatility, and they're both I think DeLon has 18, 19 steals over the last 9 games. Mo's got 12 or 13 steals. So I think a lot of it starts with that length and those deflections that they're getting. I think the group as a whole has been playing some really inspired basketball, especially on that end. Like, you hear a lot of it during the timeouts. The team only has 18 this quarter. Let's try to hold them under 20. So it's great to hear that type of communication and that type of spirit happening. Guys are covering for each other. Guys are having fun playing, and they're doing a really nice job on that end.
Back to Sean.
Look, yeah, I mean, a number of teams that you've been on in your career, both as a player and coach, when you guys make a addition in trade deadlines and things of that nature, how rare is it to see guys like Mo, Terrence Davis, and even DeLon Wright come in and play the type of role on this team that they would?
Yeah, it's pretty challenging. It really is. Normally, maybe you add one piece, and if it's a playoff veteran team, you can get that piece to fit in pretty quickly. But when you're adding multiple pieces, and it's a team that's still still in a certain part of the process, it's more challenging. So I think that's kind of why you saw a little bit of struggle too early on when we got these guys, right? Like, TD was having games where he was going 1 for 7 from 3, and DeLon, it just, you're coming into a new place. The role is different. The role is smaller. There's not a ton of practice time. And now with, unfortunately, we have injuries, but we're able to see what these other guys are really capable of, because they're playing 30 minutes a night, and it just speeds up that comfort level with what we're doing, what we need them to do, and it highlights what they're good at, and they've really been huge for us, during this stretch.
Jason Anderson.
Hey, Luke. To follow up on the defensive question, you guys are, like, last 9 games, you're top 10 in defensive rating. I'm wondering, is it alarming? Is it revealing that, this collection of guys who hasn't been together very long has been able to play better defense than core guys that the organization has been building around for multiple years?
No. I think it shows to, a lot of times it having veterans that have, you look at Mo and DeLon, right? These are grown men. Like, they are who they are from a body standpoint at this stage in their career. The length of that definitely helps. I think that we, throughout times this season, put together short stretches of being a pretty good defensive team. It's just when we were bad, we were really bad. So to me, it shows so what we're doing, guys, is going to work. We just have to make sure that we keep trusting it, and that we keep doing everything. It's not just on court stuff. Part of it is weight room, every day. Part of it is studying the film, learning habits of other players. Like, you could go, people like Mo and DeLon who've been around, you can ask them about any other vet in the league and they can tell you habits. As you're a young player in this league and you're learning people, you kind of assume right-hand players go right, lefties go left, but that's not the case. And you go out there, you play against them, you get more knowledge, you become a better player, both offensively and defensively.
Back to Katie.
Luke, when you talk about Terrence, yeah, there was some rough stretches for him, and understandable when you're coming onto a new team, but this is by far the best 6-game stretch of his 2-year NBA career. And it just kind of makes me think, he plays a little bit like a veteran, and you kind of forget sometimes that it's just his second year. So I'm curious, in your perspective, what you see as his upside right now and potential moving forward.
I think he's got great upside. I think part of it is his comfort level now with the group. And for us, we see it as like he can be that instant offense off the bench, right? Like, we're going to run plays for him. He likes to get out and run. He's getting steals for us, and he's somebody that can add a spark. And which is a very important thing for teams. You look at like what Jordan Clarkson's doing in Utah this year, or you go down the line. A lot of these good teams have somebody that if it's not going well, there's somebody that can come off the bench and spark it. It's what Buddy did really well for us last year when we put Bogey into the starting lineup. So his upside eventually is bigger than that, but for now, for what we need, he's done a really nice job of filling that role for us since he's been here.
Tony Harvey.
Yeah, Coach Walton, when you go back and look at this trade, I mean, as far as athletic ability, with Wright, Harkless, and Davis, you knew what you were getting, but did you expect that the defense would pick up the way it has since they've been here? Because at first, we've seen a lot of offensive skills, but they really have buckled down on the defensive end. But that was something that you knew that was going to, take place. It just took a little while, as far as progress.
Yeah, that's what we were hoping for by adding those guys. It was, the year before we did similar when we added Alex Lynn and Bazemore, right? Veterans, length, size, been around, and our defense, same thing, picked up. So, you don't know players until you get them, but that was kind of part of the plan, was by bringing these type of guys in. One, we can become a better defensive team. Two, we can keep building habits so that our younger core guys are around that type of professionalism and that type of effort and that type of play, and then can directly see what it looks like. And it's fun. I mean, look, the guys are having fun out there playing right now. They're having fun rotating. They're having fun getting steals. And when you're competing the way that our group has been, it's an enjoyable thing to watch, enjoyable thing to coach, and it's an enjoyable way to play. What we were hoping for by bringing them over, we're getting.
Mark Jones.
Hey, Luke, what's going on, man?
Hey, Mark.
Just a two-part thing on Buddy. Just first of all, what does it say about Buddy? And when you have a player that just likes to play, I mean, he don't like to sit games out, even when he's nicked up, and maybe he should. He had that long streak that finally came to an end of consecutive games. One, what does that mean? And then two, what kind of subtleties do you see in his playmaking abilities from game one to now that have really kind of helped this team out?
Well, one, I think that it's an awesome trait to have, that you want to play no matter what. And, especially in today's NBA, there's so much load management and this and that, and guys taking time to have guys that want to be on the court no matter what is awesome. And as far as how far he's come, as from the ability to play, make, and pass for us, it's huge. And he's creating a ton of offense for us right now, even if he's not scoring a ton, which we all know he's a scorer. He's a shooter, and but he's creating a ton of offense, and that was something that we've been talking to him about and working with. And now that he's feeling that, our next step with him now is to be able to create that offense, but cut down on the turnovers and understand the simple play is usually the best play, which for him, his checklist should be, I'm open, shoot. Every time I'm open, shoot. If they put 2 on me, quick pocket pass. And if for whatever reasons, no one's open, get off the ball. And that should be 1, 2, 3 for him checklist wise. So we'll keep working with him on that. We'll keep showing him film. But he's been great for us, especially with De'Aaron and Tyrese Harrison all going out.
Jason Anderson.
Speaking of De'Aaron, Luke, is there any clarity on his situation or a decision whether he will or will not play again this season?
No, there's health and safety protocol still. And I'd look to give you a better answer, Jason, but legally, I'm not allowed to say anything on when players are in the health and safety protocol.
Any other questions for